5 women's perfumes that are fun and flirty. Now, all of these have a flirtatious aspect about them, and I say that because there's an element of sweetness in each one of these 5 perfumes, whether we're talking about sugar or fruits or vanilla or tonka bean or whatever the case may be. These may not necessarily be full-blown gourmands, maybe with the exception of like one of them, but they all have something enriching, they all have something sweet, something provocative, something sensual, and definitely fun and flirty about them. So before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would truly, truly mean a lot to me, and I would appreciate it so much. And of course, I do want to mention that if you're looking to sample most of these fragrances or even purchase them, you can do so at Scentsplit.com. I'm going to drop all of the information down below to where you can check it out. And of course, you can purchase a full-size bottle of some of these. They have such a huge inventory, but you can also sample them first. So if you don't want to go ahead and commit to the purchase of the fragrance immediately, you can always get yourself a little sample, a 5 ml decant, 10 ml decant, whatever size you prefer. Try it on your skin, see how it works with your pH levels and your skin chemistry, and see if it's in alignment with your personal taste. And if it is, then good. You can go ahead and commit to the purchase of a full-size bottle. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. Scent is subjective. So just because you like something doesn't mean that I'm gonna like it, and vice versa. So I always try to encourage my subscribers to try fragrances for themselves, see what you like, and if you like it, that's wonderful. I'm hoping that throughout the course of this fragrant journey, you can discover your new signature scent, or scents, plural. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the list. And the first fragrance that I want to talk about has this sugar note. There's apricot, there's magnolia, but it's made fun and flirty, not just on account of the sugar, but also the fact that it contains strawberry and there's raspberry, it's fruity. And of course, raspberry has become such a popular note as of late. This is actually an indie brand called Gallagher Fragrances. And this is a collection called the Pearlescent Collection. The fragrance itself is called Glowberry. So this is going to be one of their newest offerings from the brand. I own so many. I think I have every single fragrance that the brand has ever come out with. And this one is sweet, it's saccharine. You have this youthful, feminine, and flirty vibe, also quite fun, made possible on account of the sugar, the strawberry, and the raspberry. Those notes say it all. This is great for a date night. It's a phenomenal fragrance. Now, this next fragrance is pink rose and white chocolate. Those are really the only 2 notes that you need to know about. Of course, the composition itself is far more complex than my, basic description of it, but that's what I want you to be put in the mindset of when you try this fragrance. Pink rose, white chocolate. There's also a bit of pomegranate, a hint of citrus, but it's all about the rose and the chocolate, which is why if you watch some other reviews here on this platform or other platforms, you'll see that a lot of people are saying this is Valentine's Day in a bottle. What a better time to be flirty than Valentine's Day? By Navitus Parfum, this is called Amour Infinite. So this was made so good. This was made under the creative direction of Aisha, who has a channel here called AI the Great. She is phenomenal. She's so good at what she does. And this is such a beautiful, sensual, romantic, and flirty fragrance for the modern woman, very confident. And this is a showstopper type of a perfume. It is absolutely exquisite. If you're a fan of rose and chocolate, you got to try this one out. And speaking of Navitus Parfum, my fragrance, Ray Spirits, was recently reintroduced. It is currently on the website for a phenomenal launch day discount. So if you're looking to get a really good discount plus a free all-over spray, which if you add it to your cart, it will be free upon checkout. Please go ahead and check it out. I'm going to drop all of the links down below. Ray Spirits is a fragrance that I worked really hard on. It was originally released a few years ago. It's sold out completely, and we re-released it with a limited batch, and it's already selling so incredibly well. So thank you to everyone who is supporting me in my fragrant endeavor. It's a fragrance that was made by Julian Rascanet, who has made Creed's Royal Oud, and Dominic Ropion, who made Alien by Thierry Mugler, among many, many other fragrances. I mean, I don't even know where to start. The brand new La Bomba by Carolina Herrera. Beautiful fragrance. This one is dragon fruit, there's frangipani, there's peony, there's a hint of vanilla in the dried down, there's patchouli. The vanilla and patchouli combination kind of puts me in the mindset of Angel by Thierry Mugler. And for that reason, this is so beautifully done. It's not a gourmand because I think there's enough of that dragon fruit or pitaya fruit in the opening. That's what they're calling it. It's the same thing. There's enough of that tart fruitiness in the opening that I think really sets it apart from anything else. But here's the thing that I love about this fragrance. Carolina Herrera took creative risks when releasing this fragrance. And a lot of times, especially with a lot of the commercial designer brands, they're just prioritizing mass appeal and versatility. And they don't want to take the risks because they don't want the potential of putting out something that's not going to do well. But what we've seen from some other polarizing designer fragrances is that slowly but surely they start to accrue their diehard fan base of people who love the fragrance despite the fact that it's a bit unconventional or avant-garde. La Bomba is such a different fragrance. I am in camp love as far as I'm concerned with this fragrance. And I'm curious to know what you think. If you've tried this fragrance, just drop your comment down below. Your opinion would mean a lot to me. So we're talking about fun and fruity or fun and flirty. But all of these happen to be fruity in some way, right? At least this one. Well, this next one has the DNA of the original, but there's this added lychee note with less of an emphasis on that vanilla praline patchouli thing that's happening in there. This one by Thierry Mugler is called Angel Nova. Angel Nova is so much fun. It's so flirty. And I would say it's a bit more flirty than the original Angel, which can lean a little serious on account of the patchouli. So this one is very flirty. I truly love it. It's also a bit more youthful than the original. It goes without saying that it came out a long time after the original, which was released in the early 90s. So I think a lot of people inevitably and unquestionably have made that association with the original. They think to themselves, wow, you know, this is decades old. Angel Nova is not going to be as old. I think the sweetness of the original also makes it a bit youthful. But again, it's that personal association that people make that I think is going to, for lack of a better term, disqualify it from being a modern fragrance in their viewpoint. Let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance in the number one spot. Fun and flirty, this one is 100%. There's no doubt about it. Chances are you have tried this one. Chances are you also own this one, but in case you don't, Scentsplit is the way to go for this one. Get yourself a sample. This is a niche brand. It's a few $100s. If you look around online, try some other sites like Gift Express if you want. You can pretty much find this for a discounted price, so you don't have to pay full retail. But this is such a beautiful combination of orange blossom, marshmallow, and vanilla. It is fun and flirty all the way through. It was a collaborative effort between Hamid Merati Kashani, who has done fragrances like Leighton by Parfum de Marly, as well as many others. And then you have Natalie Lorson, who has done Encre Noire by Lalique and many other designer and niche fragrances. And the fragrance in the number one spot that I think is fun and flirty, it is for the it girl. It is for the girl that wants to put the guy in a proverbial chokehold. It is none other than Oriana by Parfum de Marly. It is far more flirty than Meliora, far more flirty than Delina Exclusive, far more flirty than Athalia or Cassily or even Valaya. This is the flirtiest women's Parfum de Marly fragrance that the brand has ever put out. And listen, I just want to conclude by saying thank you so much for watching this video on my 5 fun and flirty perfumes for women. Which of these do you own? Which of these have you tried? Let me know what you think. Drop your comment down below. And of course, if you took anything of value from today's episode, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.